the Dachau concentration camp here in southern Germany, just a little bit outside of Munich.
That's crazy. Some of these dudes are probably still alive.
Yeah?
Some of these dudes.
This is my first time being at something like this. Obviously we learned a lot about this stuff in school, about World War II stuff and the Holocaust stuff, but this is my first time going to something like this, a concentration camp or something to do with the Holocaust here in Germany. Alright, so we first walked out here into like the main yard area basically. It's hard to imagine the stuff that went on here because it just seems kind of like an empty gravel pit basically with some buildings around it, but then we see some of the photos of this exact spot and the stuff that was going on, and then it kind of puts it into perspective. Pretty heavy, crazy stuff.
It was beat, broke down, hurt. Think about it, you're just stripped from your family, your home, everything. Like all these, most of these guys probably have wives and kids and stuff. Stripped and gone.
So we just walked through kind of like the museum part, and it had a lot of information about like how the camp started, how the war kind of escalated and everything, and how the conditions got worse once the war started, and just the absolute like terror that these people lived through and living in this camp and how awful it was. It's almost just like hard to process. Like you can't even imagine that people actually went through that kind of stuff, especially in today's day and age, like in my life. And just like, it just makes me think my life is so easy. And you know, when I think I have like problems or I'm running into issues or struggles or something like this gives me so much perspective. So what we were just in was one barrack, and here it is. And then if you look how far back they used to go, all the way back there on both sides. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. This is kind of like just right off the street when you're driving through the town of Dachau. The concentration camp memorial place is just right off the street. I always imagined that it'd be kind of out in a more like rural area, but it's really just like smack dab in the middle of the town, which was not what I was expecting at all. One of the things that people often ask me when I go home to the States and they find out that I live in Germany is they ask me if I've been to a concentration camp or anything like that. And that's like always the first thing people ask, which is understandable because in the States the Holocaust and World War II is basically the gist of what you learn about Germany in school. But I'm glad that I've got to experience so much of Germany and see all different sides of Germany for the last couple of years, and now a couple of years in, after having a bigger understanding and bigger picture idea of the country, to come visit a concentration camp and learn some more about some of the dark history of the country, because it's important. And I think Germany does a particularly good job of acknowledging its dark history and past, and educating about it and moving forward, because I think that's important. And every country has dark history, and I think that Germany does a pretty good job of that.
Det var sådan der, hvor du sad på hesten eller sådan noget. Så havde de lavet sådan en tyreben, som var sådan en 3 km lang. Så var du sat herover, så fik vi sådan en blad af en ben, så fik vi mere med væk, og så stod vi på forskellige.
So this is inside of a gas chamber. Alright guys, that is going to be it from the Dachau concentration camp here in Germany. I hope this video wasn't too boring. I didn't want to edit it too excitingly because I wanted to kind of reflect the specific vibe, kind of somber, solemn vibe that there is here at the camp. And I wanted that to come across in the video. Hopefully it did. Alright guys, and anyone who is curious about this sort of stuff, I highly recommend you visit a concentration camp or something like this if you have the opportunity. It puts a lot of stuff in perspective. At least it did for me. Alright guys, I guess I'll give you the old ending. That is all for today. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time.